guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to be showing you my top 5 luxury foundations and my top 5 drugstore foundations. Before we get started, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Alright, let's get started. So I have my top 5 of my drugstore. This is going to be a shorter video. I'm going to start with the luxury first and then go into the drugstore. So first things first, I'm going to start with the foundation that I'm wearing today, which this is the Rodan Radiant Defense. And this has an SPF of 30. This is what it looks like. I will have all the prices, also everything that I'm wearing on my face today, down in the description. So, okay, this one is really nice. It is on the expensive side, Rodan I didn't even know they had like makeup, but they do, and this is such a nice foundation. It's on the thicker, full coveragey side, so I'm just gonna pop some onto my hand. You do get a lot of product in this. You do get more than normal. You get 1.69 ounces. Usually the normal amount is an ounce. Not only is it good for your skin because Rodan is a skincare line, but it gives you a really nice coverage. This has a lot of coverage. You can see it's on my face right now, so I really like this foundation. I end up reaching for this a lot because I like that it is more on the better skincare kind of a thing and also has coverage, so I do really like it. It's not the fullest coverage, it is buildable though. Next on my list is the IT Cosmetics foundation, Confidence in a Foundation. This is the shade Medium Natural. I love that IT Cosmetics came out with a foundation. I think that they've been focusing so much on tinted moisturizers that when they finally came out with this, I just grabbed it up immediately because I love the IT Cosmetics formula, but I don't like that they don't have a lot of coverage. And for those days when I want a lot of coverage, you know, it's just good to have this. This is also a matte, velvet matte foundation. If you are familiar with IT Cosmetics, all of their tinted moisturizers on the dewier side, which is kind of normal because tinted moisturizers are moisturizers. So this one is like, it's very thick and it's very nice coverage. I mean, intense kind of coverage. It is such a nice foundation. I wear this a lot. If I want to be on the matter side because I don't want to be shiny, or if I'm going to be outside or something like that, I always go for this one. And I do really like the coverage. It also is not my shade at the moment. None of these foundations except for a couple of them. I'm in the middle of that weird area where it's like it's summer, but like I'm not too tan, but the rest of my body is tan and my face is freaking a lot lighter than I am, so I'm in that weird shade. All right, next foundation is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Oh my god, this foundation is awesome. It will make you love the way your skin looks. It is such a pretty finish. I love this foundation because through the day, like as far as like lasting the longest and making your skin look the best through the day, I think this does a tremendous job at that. And it just makes your skin look so poreless, smooth. It really just lasts the longest out of all of these foundations. And through the day, you'll just like catch yourself and be like, wow, my skin looks amazing. Next two are gonna be stick foundations. This one is like the reason I fell in love with makeup. I'm obsessed with this foundation. It's the Tinte Idole Ultra Wear Makeup Stick from Lancôme. It also has an SPF of 21. This is what it looks like. I am the shade 320 Bisque. So I love this for the beach, for a little bit less coverage. You can build it up, but nice foundation to wear to the beach. It's not going to give you a ton of coverage. It's just going to give you this really nice, beautiful skin finish. Also, it blends out like a damn dream. So that's what it looks like when I didn't blend it, but then just like a couple swipes of my hand and it's like blends out like gone. Like just looks so pretty on the airbrush. I wear this when I go to the beach or if I'm gonna do anything that is kind of like no makeup. So I really do enjoy this those days when I don't want to be completely made up. The next one is also a stick foundation. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is their stick foundation and I am in the shade Warm Natural. This is such a nice foundation to do touch-ups with. I really like this because it is so creamy and really just the really nice coverage. It isn't like the most full coverage, but I do really like how it lays in the skin. Also, I bring this whenever I am going to a special occasion or wedding, I'll bring a beauty blender with me and I'll just like cover up my smile line or something like that, but I do really like this. Okay, so moving on to the drugstore side of things, I have 5 here. I'm gonna start with the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. This foundation is amazing. It is such a nice foundation. The way it wears on the skin and the way that it lasts for such a long time. It is not the fullest coverage, but it does give you just such a nice skin kind of finish. It's definitely buildable, and usually when it comes to foundations, the thinner the consistency, the less coverage you're gonna get. So the thicker it is, the more coverage you are gonna get. So this is on the thinner side, so it does give you a nice coverage, but it just has a really pretty finish, and 24 hours is not kidding. They do last a long time, and it also dries down really nicely. All of these foundations, except for maybe the Cosmetics one, is more on the dewier side, just because that's what I personally like. Lately I've been doing a matte primer and then a dewier foundation. It also has an SPF of 25, so that is really good. I do like that brands are putting sunscreen into foundations more, especially at the drugstore, because I feel like a couple years ago that was like unheard of. The next one is also from L'Oreal. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I wear the shade 205 Natural Beige. This also has an SPF of 15, a lot of SPFs. So this is a really nice foundation. It has a dewiness, but it's not wet looking, which that's my biggest pet peeve when it comes to dewy foundations. I don't like when something looks wet. This is what the foundation looks like. It's on the thinner side. As you can see, as I move it around a little bit, it does kind of like thin out a little bit, but it is buildable. The difference between this one and this one is there's gonna be a lot more coverage in this guy than there is in this guy. I know I did a video a little while back where I put this one up against the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth, and I really liked this one better because the Dewy and Smooth one just looked like it was wet, and it took so long for that one to dry down. I don't like that. I like when something dries down, sets itself, and then just gives you that little bit of a skin finish. Next is probably my favorite foundation at the drugstore, or favorite foundation anywhere. This is amazing. This is the Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 from Milani. I wear between 05 and 07. 05 is warm beige and 07 is sand, so I'm in between there. This is a full coverage foundation. It also smells like apple pie. I don't know if that's true, but to me it does. It's on the thicker side without being heavy on your skin, but I end up reaching for this so much because time and time again it gives me this really nice finish, and as you can see, it's a very thick foundation. It's just sitting up on my skin, but it just blends out so nicely and it lasts for such a long time. You're gonna get a really big medium to full coverage, more on the full coverage side. So, and you don't have to like keep going over and over and over again. So I love this foundation. It doesn't have any SPF in it, so if you do have an allergy to SPF, I would pick this one up. I would pick it up anyway. It does say Conceal and Perfect, so you don't even need like a concealer sometimes with this foundation, depending on how much you put on. I love this. This is like Desert Island, my favorite foundation. So next one is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. This is the shade Cream Beige. This foundation is great for the price. I think it's $5, and it just gives you this photo focus finish. It's kind of matte-ish finish, and it just makes your pores look really nice too. But the first time I ever used it, I literally used like that much on my face. I kept going back like to this and putting it on my face. That's not the way this one works. You need to put a lot on to be able to get to where you need to go. You have to put this spatula little guy all over the face. So, and build up your coverage. It's very full coverage, as you can tell, but you have to use a lot of it to be able to get it to that point. The only reason I don't wear this a lot, because it does smell a bit like paint thinner, which is pretty freaking scary, so that's why I don't use it a lot. But as far as the way it looks, gorgeous. This would be like a wedding day kind of a freaking foundation. It's such a nice foundation. My last foundation is from Wet n Wild as well. This is the Mega Cushion Foundation. This has an SPF of 15. This is what it looks like with it closed. I like this foundation. I'm not totally into cushion foundations, but if I had to choose one, this is the one I'd choose. When you put it on your skin, it just gives you this really soft kind of a look. That's what it looks like on my hand. You can just go back in for more. I usually just use my beauty sponge or brush and I just go into here. Also, this foundation smells so good. It's almost like a flowery kind of a smell. This cushion foundation has 0.52 ounces and the Photo Focus has 1 ounce, which is pretty typical for most foundations. So I just feel like I could get the same kind of thing from the Photo Focus one, but I do really like this for touch-ups. If you love the Photo Focus foundation, I would recommend that you get this, so you could just throw this in your bag, and if you have to go somewhere, you just pop this on and you are all good to go. Out of all these foundations, the top 3 that I wear the most is the Rodan and Fields one. I do wear the Born This Way foundation a lot, and also the Milani Conceal and Perfect. These 3 are just my go-to ones. I do a good job as far as going day to day, going to a different foundation. I probably use the Milani one the most, just because it never has failed me. It always does exactly what it's gonna do. I have 2 shades of this one. I don't have any other foundation that I have 2 shades of, so if that tells you anything, it's probably my favorite foundation out of my collection. That's it for this video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please make sure that you come back and hang out with me again. I really would appreciate it, and I hope that you guys are having the best day ever. All right, I'll see you on my next one. Bye.